run here. This massive tube I have just shoots it everywhere anyway, so let's see how we get on.
Bruh. But yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing. Genuinely, no idea what I'm doing. So, okay guys, welcome to a lovely Tuesday morning in the shed. I'm off work this week. I booked the work off a few weeks ago because I wanted to tackle the majority of the car. So if you remember, we had the 48-hour welding challenge. If that ever becomes a video, didn't go ahead because I got the wrong panels. So I couldn't do anything on the Sunday of the weekend. But the plan for this week is to get this car painted. So a lot of work needs done, a lot of prep work needs done. Still need to pick up front bumper and rear spoiler. And last night I moulded on these over fenders. And now I'm going to try to sand down the edges to 45-degree angle, which is because that's what a friend recommended I should do. And maybe use filler, we'll see. It just depends on how the where the tiger seal end goes. So I'll set up and get started. Cheers. So guys, first things first is we'll try to sand down these panels. Do you reckon it's going to stick? Do you think I should just leave these on, grind them down and filler them in maybe? Yeah, that's not good. That's not even flaxing. Right, okay. I think I'm gonna do some filler work to help these gaps a wee bit. This is not even flaxing, so if it's not flaxing, then hopefully that means the filler won't crack. That's what I'm thinking. So. We'll do this bit here as a root test patch. Oh, coffee. Last I left you, I've been sanding this down ever since. I decided to fill it in flush with the body line. And it's pretty much there, actually, to be honest with you. Under lightning. There's not really that much more left to do on this side, and as annoying as it's been, I'm kind of happy with how that looks, even though it just looks OEM. It will potentially look OEM. So I'm going to do it on the other side now. This side is just, I painted this, and as soon as I painted it, it started to rain. Painted in epoxy. I didn't put any effort at all in the panel because it's so out of whack from my previous attempt months ago. But I've just sat it all down there just to get something for this to stick to. And I also wiped it down with a panel wipe as well. I went all over it with a lint-free cloth. So I stopped it here, and what I'll do is I'll set up the camera and then you can see me apply the tiger seal and then drill in the rib nuts.
I don't know if you can even see that, so that's what we've got. With a 1/2 inch bead way around, avoiding the holes. It's not pretty, but it will do a job. So this panel is a pain. It just doesn't really fit very well at all. Okay. I think that looks alright, doesn't it? That's I can do. Leave it like this overnight and we'll come back tomorrow and do the exact same thing we did today. Yeah. Need to get the bumpers and skirts soon. Need to get my bumper from Sam. I need to actually strip the car for paint and get in here paint ready. Get started. There's a new boot, so that needs done. Wing on the other side might weld, actually, to be honest with you. Wing on the other side has a dent. This door's got scratches. I don't think there's any dents on it. I think there's a bit of surface rust somewhere in the A-pillar. This wing here is not as rusty as the other side. So that's kind of a plan. And then after that, engine, I guess. After that, insurance, because it's very expensive in the UK. And that's me done for tonight. I might tidy up a wee bit. I've got a wee tin of Stella over there. So I might enjoy that, tidy up, and then go home and maybe edit the Leon video. Don't know, it's raining, so I'm being wrecked anyway, so that's life, isn't it, boys and girls, potentially. But yeah, chat to you soon, bye. It's still raining quite badly. I got a KFC for lunch. It's pretty tasty. I got absolutely ripped off though. There's some guy came up behind me as soon as I entered the drive-through, so of course I panicked and didn't think about what I wanted to order in time, and then ended up ordering KFC lunch deal, which is just a burger, a cookie and a drink for $5.50. It's hardly a deal. But anyway, so I'll show you what I'm up to anyway. So started putting the filler around these edges, just trying to line it up. And now I did go to the paint shop to get a quote for the paint needed to paint the car, and the guy, I was talking to him about filler, and the guy saying that, you know, like people used to do this all the time, you know, with the mag kits and the max power era and how they crack, filler does crack. Reason being, which is something I completely forgot about, but obviously fiberglass and metal is not the same material, so therefore we have different qualities. One of these qualities is how they react to temperature changes. So metal isn't as flexible as fiberglass, and filler has no flexibility in it whatsoever. It's very hard and brittle. So as a result of that, on like a really like cold day, the metal might contract, and because or it might expand, and if it expands, then the fiberglass will be pushed out, and the metal will probably crack the filler. Now, my friend Ethan, his ducktail, he molded on filler, well, someone molded on filler 4 years ago, and it's failed. However, it did sit with water on for a while. But I'm thinking that hopefully, ideally, I'll get at least 3 or 4 years out of this before it cracks. And then by then, I'll probably want to do something different with it anyway, and take it back off the road. So that's that point covered, because I know people probably want to talk about it. This isn't the best way to do it. The only reason I've done it is because of the fitment just being shit. So I wouldn't recommend blending things in, blending different materials together with fiberglass, or not fiberglass, filler. So That's the first two done, I think. So I'm gonna do a second one. Another thing is that this filler is really difficult to use, it's really difficult to mix. And the guy in the body shop suggested heating it up to make it easier. So I've got it in the car. Remember I put it up through further? So it's in the car, and there's a wee small heater in there as well. It's just to warm it up a wee bit, so it's kind of like my oven at the moment. I actually burnt my tail light in it earlier. I've got my mixing board nice and clean, and I've got a clean-ish scraper. So I'll put you on my necklace here, sure, and you can see me start sort of doing the next stages. Hello. Let's see if this has worked. I'm extremely toasty in here. Yeah, this is actually hot to touch. Now, the thing that I'm considering is that the fiberglass is a exothermic reaction, isn't it? So it gives out heat. Or no, not fiberglass, filler. Filler is an exothermic reaction, so it gives out heat as it's curing. So, and it also activates quicker as well in higher temps. So what I'm thinking is I should probably let this cool down a bit. Yeah, it's way more watery, isn't it, actually? So, yeah, oh, that's like butter now. I hate filler, so I actually don't really like bodywork. I'm not very good at it. I'm looking forward to just being like, hey, coilovers. Then you throw in some coilovers, you know what I mean? But yeah, let's see how we get on. This filler is awful as well, to be fair. So I'm going to use a lot less hardener just because of the heat. Unfortunately, oh no, this massive tube I have just shoots it everywhere anyway, so let's see how we get on. I think that pretty much sums up how we got on. Oh dear. That's way too much. Okay. It's a bit more respectable now, I guess, but yeah. It's a lot easier to work with, so I'm not gonna lie, actually. Alright. This stuff is a workout, like. Okay. Right. There's nothing I can do about that. Okay, let's go. So, question is, how much quicker is this stuff going to set? I think it might be starting to set already. We'll just stick her in. I'm just working quickly because I don't want to waste this. Because I'm scared of it setting. Seriously, you're Darcy. Oh, here's that. Play with that. I like the ladders. Okay, and then down they go. Maybe like some of the cheese beer things. Or check it out. Nice. Hard to leave. You guys went at the beach. Is it? Right. I'll leave that one. I just wanted to talk about this. So, see, there's a few rust spots here, 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 and here. And I just ground them back to bare metal, put over some rust converter, and then zinc primed them. So, yeah, every little helps. So it does. Sweet. And now while I'm going to wait for this to harden, I'm going to start taking off this big lid. I know, it's beautiful, right? I know. I have a really clean one over here with no rust, and I'm going to need to paint the underneath of it because I'll be having that. So I'm going to undo, if you look up here, I don't know if you can see, yeah. So see these two plastic clips, there's one here, there, yeah, there's the other one there. So to undo them, we need to use the snippies because they're cable tie, they're basically like a cable tie holder. I'm not that fussed about whether or not they're cable tied in, so I'm just gonna snippy snip and then take the loom out through here as well, and then that'll be that bit done. And we'll get a look at that at some point today. Also, I've only really realised I've got about 20 bumps, knocks in this panel here. So that's going to need a lot of filler work. But we're getting somewhere anyway, so I'll set up a wee tripod here, actually. So, if we look up here, we have lots and lots and lots of rust. Okay? If we look here, we have the cleanest, no word of a lie actually, the cleanest boot lid I've ever seen. Now, there is a bit of rust starting to come through here, but hopefully, if we can treat that and spray the inside and stuff, then it won't spray it anymore. Okay. There's the VIN code for this car, which is now an exo set somewhere. Wasn't even that rusty either. Might actually give me microphone, you know, because the rain's starting to get really loud again. Also, I featured this, trying to fit that ridiculous wing up there. I don't know if you can see how ridiculous wing. Jesus, zooming, this is awesome. But yeah, I wouldn't mind actually getting this painted soon, because I need to paint the inside of it before we start doing the whole car, and it'd be a good place to practice. So just wanted to show you that. Yeah, I'll put you guys back up here and we can start sanding. My car. Camera's getting stinking because of all this dust. I need to sand down here, and I can't get out with the boot lid on. So, as I was saying earlier, whenever I was showing you taking off lights and stuff, I think that this is actually a good opportunity maybe for setting up the gun and stuff like that. Now we've basically got like a practice panel, don't we? So, just food for thought. I've never taken off a boot before. So, I don't really. I've taken off a bonnet, it's kind of the same idea, isn't it? Ah. This is on studs, so you shouldn't just fly off, hopefully. A few months ago, that bolt would have landed on the floor, but now, because there's metal there, it lands in the boot pocket. Take off the rest of this rubber maybe to have it easy. I consider going home, you know, and ending the video, just to get a video up, because it'd be nice to have. I know like I'm doing this primarily for myself and stuff, and like I say, YouTube is, you know, just me documenting my building all, but like you actually do get a wee bit of a bug for it when you're talking to strangers and stuff, especially whenever you don't really have many people to talk to, but you know, your type of car or like track cars in general. A lot of people I know are very into like expensive things, you know, all bought not built and all this stuff, and that's not me. The car parts for me is, you know, doing as much as possible by yourself and messing up and learning for yourself and getting that experience, you know. We'll take a look at the boot actually, because it'll be interesting to see how rusty it is on the inside, because apparently they rust inside out. So I'll take you for a wee walk. So that's what it looks like here, yeah. Like that. You know, you can't see it for now, but that will eventually go. So what's it look like on the inside? Can we see anything? Doesn't look too bad. Tell you what, I'll take out this brake light and we'll have a look. So, this wee camera is class. Probably I would have bought this, you know, over the microphone if I knew how good it was. So let's pop this out. I'll not be needing this very soon. Always handy to have. Why anyone would ever want to take these out, but if you look, so this is usually where the number plate light goes. There's clips either side of the let's see. Nope. Too much. Someone's ringing me. I'll go answer it in a second after I show you guys this. Okay, so yeah. So you see that wee clip there? You push that in. Then there we go. I think there's 2 clips. I'm gonna guess. There she is, that's right. Right, probably for changing the seal. I wonder if that was letting in water. It's very crusty, isn't it? Very crusty. Very dirty, so yeah, I assume that was letting in water. Sweet. So I kind of fancy we change of pace from sanding for a bit. So I'm going to sort this out. Well, oh yeah, so I'm using my helmet cam. Don't know if that is any cool, or how that looks. I'll take this out. God's sake, man. So there's 2 thingies. So we press that in, do. Why is the plastic so hard? Oh, that's a scratch. Am I better off just cutting these and then self-taping new ones on? Yeah. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. Do you like me? Because I can't be bothered breaking them. Oh. Obviously, this is the old loom, so we don't need it anymore. Okay. That's 2. That's 3. Alright. Now. I've got these on the old loom, sorry, so I can just cut them. Or I've got these on the old one. I've saved them. Oh, this is gonna snap, I can feel it. How did I do this? I've never had issues doing this before in my life. Oh, look at this one. Yeah, right? So, someone glued them in. That's a foam gasket. Alright, so just prepping this for paint. I can't believe. Yeah, just prepping this for paint. I can't believe nobody ever told me that you can use a DA and a Scotch spray. And I also can't believe I never thought about it. So, there you go. Something new I've learned today. Makes it a lot quicker. So, 2 things, right? I'm now aware, I've got people telling me that the filler's going to crack eventually on the quarters. And I've got people telling me it's going to be fine if I do it properly. I'm leaning towards it's going to crack, but to be honest with you, I don't really care very much. Because I've looked at some videos and stuff and seen that underneath it can be very rusty whenever you finally take them off. Because underneath this is epoxy primered, it shouldn't be rusty, hopefully, whenever I do take them off eventually. But this is more of a temporary thing to get on the road. I know there's good metal now, that's the main thing. And I'll probably end up going for a wide body or else going back to standard quarter in the future. So I am making life harder for myself. That's that. Another thing I want to touch on as well is that unfortunately the car is not going to be painted this week because I'm not getting the bumpers until next Monday. So the plan for now is this new hood, look how clean it is, very clean, is going to need to be painted on the inside. So I may as well do that and just take a break from the quarters and stuff. I'm going to start writing lists, which is one thing I'll start doing. So that I can plan my time here better. Because I've got a very short attention span, I get bored very quickly, especially when I'm doing standing. And the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to write a to-do list as well, so that once something's ticked off, I can move on to the next thing. The weather here has been really poor recently, and no doubt about it, that's going to affect the paint. Because I can't really open the door and stuff like that because of moisture. Our gun's not clean. I'm not going to prime this because I don't really need to. So I'm just going to do 1-to-1 of the base coat that I have. Also, I need to get, for the whole car, I'll need to get about 3 litres of paint. I've got half a litre there, which is 1-to-1, so it's a litre of paint. And eventually what we'll be doing is we'll be getting another one for the whole car. So I want to use that in bits that you're not going to see very often, which, for example, the inside of the trunk, or whatever you call it, boot lid, is a perfect place that you're not going to see very often, but I still want it to be roughly the right colour. So enough of that, I'll keep sanding. I've got that on a bumper, which isn't ideal, but it's the only thing I actually have. So we're just going to go for it. I'm going to mix the paint here quickly, and then going to what do we call it? So probably only need about 100, let's say. That's not 100. Oh, it is 100. It's just, I hate the way it does that. That's 2-to-1. So just mix this up. Very thin, and then we will come over here. Need to buy tack rags for whenever I'm doing the actual car, but why is this wet? Is rain getting on this, or is this? Was the actual cloth wet? Yeah, the actual cloth's wet. Okay. My God. So maybe this isn't ideal. It is most certainly not ideal. Why is this doing this all of a sudden? Right, okay. I need to get something to put panels on, apparently. Well, I paint them. Yeah, rain's coming in, is it? They're so bad. Right, so paint's mixed. Such a lovely colour, isn't it? You see that? Now the question I have is, if I spray this, might actually knock it over, you know. Then should I turn this down maybe?
It is a bit high, isn't it? Don't have a good feeling about this. Maybe if I put the front bumper underneath it, it'll be more stable. I'll try that. Right. That's her ready-ish, so I'll just give us a wee plop that in there. That's mixed 2 to 1. Still seems quite thick for metallic. I say that as if I know what I'm talking about. Stick that in there so it doesn't get dirty. Put the cap on it so I don't spill paint everywhere. And let's see how we're looking. That's pretty good, isn't it? Right, let's go. Right, now this is not going to be perfect. It's starting to fucking rain. What's wrong? Why is it draining like that? Why is it? It's too far away, is it? It's reacting to something. Yeah, but that's way too thick. It looks like a bit better now. Okay. No, it's still doing that. Why is this constantly clogging?
So that didn't exactly go to plan. It started to actually rain, as we can see here, and also my spray gun is completely the wrong pattern, which I didn't think about checking, even though I used it the other day in Leo. So it's a bit better now. I've turned up the pressure to 4 bar, which is pretty high. You use that usually for like filler primer, high build primer and stuff. And what else have I done? Adjusted the sort of fans up high and the needles out a wee bit as well. If I get a torch, show you the panel. So if you can see, probably looks alright in camera, but if you look up close, water drops. And paint also came out quite dry, I'd say, maybe. But this was more of a test piece, and like, look, I just wanted it so if everyone in the booth are not like, oh, why is that blue? But like all in all, it's pretty sound. It's actually dry now, so if I wanted to, I could sand it back a wee bit, try again. Maybe let it dry for a bit longer. And yeah, that's the plan. I'm not really doing much, don't really. So now I know the bumpers are coming for next week. I'm like, nah. And then also because I know this is going to crack as well. I'm like, nah. So I don't really know what else I can do. Probably start tidying up the rear bumper, because I think that bumper is going to go back on. It's completely the wrong colour as well. And then I guess the whole car, I do actually need to start prepping it for paint. But then I might be helping down at the breaker shard tomorrow and Saturday, because I know this isn't really going to go much further. So might see if I can get a wee mohair off Sam. See if he'll sponsor the build. Ha! Doubt it. Although he is sponsoring like an underage, well, I say underage, like a teenage racing group at the moment, so helping them build an MX-5. That's pretty cool. Great guy, check him out. COIM Morley, or Morley's Masters. But yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing. Genuinely, no idea what I'm doing. So, sweet.
Hello. Okay, so we have a bit of an issue. That's the paint dry. Now I've decided I'm going to just quickly rub down any of the bits and tackle it again. So we're just going to quickly give it a wee rub with some red Scotch Brite. What a pain, man. Just going to put on another coat here. Also, you can see the blisters. Like, you can see the imperfections. And that's just something that we're just going to have to live with, and remember not to paint in the wet. But see if you look closely of the watermarks and the wee blisters. But apart from that, if it wasn't for that, that can't be meant. Also, no, not a single run. Right, one more coat of clear, and then that's going to be us, I think. Right, scratch that. I went a bit too heavy. So we've got some kind of, or is it? No, it's not just this fish eye dimples, right? Okay. We've got clear pooling in a few places, and we've got a run here, and there's probably more on the other side as well. And I think that's just because the hardener is not really hardening very well. Bear in mind, it's probably like, it's 11 degrees, so I don't think standard hardener's the right stuff to use. So note to self, get fast drying hardener whenever I start to actually paint the car. But yeah, all in all, like, I'm happy enough. You're never really gonna see it, so job's a good one. Sweet. Currently, this boot is run central, and I'm just letting it run. So I've actually put it up like this, so that instead of pulling it run, so I can take it with a Stanley knife. I debadged my MX-5. Well, I took the badges off the rear bumper. I'm going to use that rear bumper because I quite like the bumper cut and don't want to do it again. These are a pain to remove. So there's 2 pins that go through, and then you've got these here, wee things here that hold them in. So they're not fun to remove. Now the bumper is extremely dirty on the inside, so I've just got some elbow grease and I've agitated it with a brush, like a floor brush. I don't really have any water. We don't have any running water here, so I'm sorry because I know this is drinking water. But unfortunately, I'll have to waste a couple of bottles of water to wipe. I'm gonna go and visit my friend soon at his garage, but before then, this is the reason I cleaned this up, is just get like decent adhesion here, because they're raised with the cross. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run a die grinder over them and just take that back, and then let me know how stupid this is. What I'm thinking of doing is trying to plastic weld this instead of using filler. I think this is ABS. So if I can get like that and then push this over. Maybe not. Okay, that worked actually. Yeah, that worked. So that's what I'm going to do then. I'll wipe this down with hammer wipe. There. A wee quick dry. Got it. And then I'm going to mix up the filler.
just use the skin of